Welcome, Taurus, to your 2017 yearly forecast reading. So in this reading, I'm going to do a mixture of astrology and the tarot cards. I'm going to do 2 cards for each quarter of the month. So, that's right. So 2 cards for January, February, and March, 2 for April, May, June, and so on and so forth. So to start with the astrology for you, Taurus, it's an interesting year this year. Your ruling planet Venus goes retrograde, and that's very significant for you, but I'll touch on that in a minute. One of the main things that I see is, sorry about the camera there, is that Jupiter is in your 6th solar house. So that's a huge thing. What that's going to bring for you is a lot of focus on work, health, routine, progress in your job. If you have your own business, for example, you could see that you're very busy this year. You have more clients coming in, you have repeat clients, the whole shebang. It's all happening, you know. So, and even if you take time off to not work for a little bit, you will still be very, very busy doing a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, basically, because the 6th house is a very busy house, and it's a very work-focused house. So you could be a bit of a workaholic this year, and that influence was already around you in 2016, so it continues to be around you until the month of October 2017, when Jupiter goes into your relationship sector. So as we look further into the year, that energy of intense focus on your work house will then shift to expansion in relationships, and you may, if you're in a relationship, something really positive could happen with a partner. There may be a lot of growth in the life of your partner or husband or, you know, wife, whoever that significant person is in your life. They're going to be going through a lot of changes and a lot of positive changes and growth. So that's from October 2017 onwards. But it's a good year for work for you, and you can progress this year, Taurus, with your work. So if there are opportunities, which there will be, I guarantee it, with Jupiter in your 6th house of work, take them, you know, and not every opportunity will always be perfect or you know, exactly what you want, but, you know, it is good to be open to opportunities this year because they will be around you. You know, if you work in, you know, if you're in the same job that you were, you could expect promotion this year or increase in pay, opportunities to work, you know, on a higher level, to take on a bit more responsibility, maybe, these type of things, or to, if you work with clients, as I said, to bring in more clients. So then from the other thing is, from October, I just want to say, if you are single, you could meet a soulmate from October 2017 onwards. So that Jupiter in that 7th house of relationships in your solar chart, Taurus, can bring in a new love connection. And that will lead me sort of to mentioning the Venus retrograde, even though it's happening at a different time of year. From March and April, early March to April 15th, there's that Venus retrograde. It's going through your very secret house, the 12th house. So, you know, it's a house that's very spiritual. It speaks of soulmates as well when the Venus retrograde goes through there. And it could be that somebody from your past does contact you or tries to get in touch with you. Or you could be having dreams of someone from your past that are very spiritual in nature or very significant in nature. It's a very romantic and idealistic energy, but it's, you know, as it transits through that 12th house, it will make contact with Uranus. So there could be an unexpected aspect to this. So this person maybe that comes back from your past, this could come as a shock to you in some way. Maybe you were totally not thinking of that person, and they just suddenly contact you, and you're like, oh, and it's kind of like a bit of, you know, it stuns you a little bit. You pick up the phone, you don't recognize the number, and it's like, oh, it's you, you know, something along those lines. Now, it is Venus retrograde in Aries, so it could be something that happens very quickly, and you really may need to think about this, because especially, you know, obviously if you're in a relationship with someone else, it could be an issue. If you're not in a relationship, it could be quite a spiritual connection, but, you know, you obviously need to use your intuition about, you know, your choices in that regard. But because when Venus goes retrograde, it does bring back a relationship from the past, you know, pretty much most of the time, in some form. So Saturn is still causing some issues with debts and repayments around shared money or shared resources for some Taurians, you know. And for other Taurians, it could be an inheritance, or there could have been an inheritance even 2016. If not, it could be this year. And again, that's not all Taurians, that's some Taurians. So Saturn will be in your 8th house, which is the Scorpio ruled house, and the shared money, the inheritances, taxes, that section of your chart until December 2017. So if there are any contracts that you need to sign, do be be careful during the year, because, you know, if there's anything serious that you need to sign, you may be looking to do something like sign a contract for a home, or sign a new lease on a new apartment, something like that, take out a big loan, you know, things like that. So just be very careful with these types of things, because when Saturn is in that sector, it can be a little bit testing, okay? So from the end of the year 2017, the Saturn then goes into your 9th house. So that's a different energy there. But you could be desiring freedom, but you could also be wanting to study, or you could be teaching others, or mentoring others, or being a leader in some way in your life with other people. So it's a very different energy from December 2017 towards the end, when Saturn goes to that 9th house. So, you know, some Taurians may be teaching others more, doing workshops, or, you know, if you're someone that wants to take on a new course to add to your skill set, you know, that could be something else that you do, because the 9th house relates to, you know, higher education, or it could be to do with your spirituality. You may be getting way more serious, Taurus, about your spirituality towards the end of the year. So that was the most part for the astrology that I wanted to mention, I think. Let me just double check what I've written down in my notes. Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to have a sip of water, and then I'm going to start with the cards for you. Okay, so let's start with 2 cards for January, February, and March for Taurus. Let's get that one. And that one there. Okay. Oh, Justice. Interesting. Oh, and the Ace of Wands. Very nice. Okay, so the start of the year, there's some kind of feeling of really wanting to take responsibility and be more serious about your path. And this is feeling very passionate about what you want to do. So this could be, for some people, it's interesting because you have the sign of Libra here, and Jupiter is in Libra in your house of work. So once again, I feel this is partly connected to something to do with your work situation, or if you have your own business, something like that. There's a feeling of really intense passion here. And, you know, finding that passion for what you really want to do is going to be so important for you, because you are going to be very busy this year. If you don't know what you want to do in terms of work or career, it shows that you will find something that, you know, inspires you, that pushes you on. So if that has been an area that's been problematic for some Taurians, well, it looks like from the early part of 2017, it's going to be resolved for you, and you're going to find something that you can be passionate about, that you can put your energy in, that you can find, you know, where you can be of service to others and really help others, and also fulfill your own self at the same time. So that's really good. It's the Justice card, you know, it's a major arcana card, so it's very significant, and it also indicates that something is going to work out in your favor, because these 2 cards together are very positive. So that's a really good start to the year for you, Taurus. Okay, so April, May, June, 2 more cards. April, May, June for Taurus. Really, just that one got my attention, and just reshuffle a bit more. Must be this one here, because I keep looking at the same one. Okay, all right. Oh, the Knight of Cups, interesting. The Four of Pentacles. Well, so April, you know, I said this potential of someone from the past coming back in, and this is what we have here. So it was from March 4th to April 15th that Venus was going retrograde, which, you know, often can bring a lover back from the past, or bring a contact or a friend or somebody that you had a close, you know, your soulmate connection with. So the Knight of Cups shows up here as somebody, you know, bringing forward an offer. Now, but what I get here is a little bit different. It shows that they may be very romantically driven, but they're not willing to truly open up at this time. So it's a little bit of a catch with this, I feel. Do be wary of, and this could also be you, Taurus, because it's a very earthy energy with this card, the Four of Pentacles. Be wary yourself of not expressing your true feelings. It's another thing. So if someone comes forward and opens up to you, and, you know, talks to you about how they feel towards you, or reconnects with you, it is an opportunity for you to speak up. So don't fall into the trap of not saying what you really feel. That's what I'm getting very strongly, because I know Taurians can be very stoic, I'm a Taurus myself, and I know we can keep our emotions in check. You know, we can be uncertain sometimes how much to say to who, and, you know, it depends. If you're younger, it can be more of an issue. As you get older, you become more confident in these areas, and it's not so much of an issue. But this shows up that you may be with this particular person for some reason. Could be issues in the past, could be things that are not resolved from the past. You may be feeling like, you know, I don't know if I'm comfortable, you know, speaking up about how I truly feel. And I have to say, for some, this is an extra message that's coming in. For some people, this may not even be someone like an ex, though for many it could be. It could be somebody that you had a falling out with. It could even be a sibling or like a family member. That's not like a usual thing that I would get with this card. It's normally, you know, a love connection, relationship, but that was just something that psychically just came in. So for some people that may have had issues or a falling out with a sibling, this can be talking about that. So it's about, you know, bridging the gap between you, kind of mending the bridge, like opening up and speaking a little bit about your feelings or trying to move past the issue for some people. So that was unexpected. That was an extra dimension to that one. So interesting. Okay. Okay, July, August, September for Taurus. This one's popping out to my attention. Shuffle a bit more. Oops. Oh, what's this one here? Okay. Oh, wow, the Empress. That's a beautiful card. Oh, the Ace of Cups. How interesting. The Ace of Cups came up for Aries before, but with a different card. Aries had the Ace of Cups in the World, and this is the Ace of Cups and the Empress, which is also absolutely beautiful. For this, you know, I'm getting childbirth for someone out there, or several someones out there. There could be, you know, a child that is coming into your life. In some, you know, you could be having a baby. This could also be, what I'm getting is your own creative business or your own creative idea that's really flourishing at this particular time. Or, you know, it could be related to that where you take on something new. Again, you know, we have the Jupiter in the 6th house in astrology, so this totally relates to that because it's something that you do, that you're creative with, that you have a skill with. The Empress is the Venus card. Again, that's, you know, related to Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. She's the Venus card, and the Ace of Cups is like feeling absolutely fulfilled in some aspect of your life. So this is very good for you Taurians, and yeah, it's an exciting card. It's a feeling of fulfillment with this. You're going to have fulfillment at this particular time of the year. There's going to be some exciting things happening. So there is a fertility energy with this. So if you're not wanting to have a baby, do be careful because, you know, you could be more easily falling pregnant around this time. Definitely a strong message there that I'm getting. So if you're not wanting a baby, do take precautions. But look, there is so much abundance around you at this particular time, and not just material abundance, but a feeling of, you know, satisfaction, fulfillment. The Ace of Cups is a very heightened emotional experience. And so this is saying that, you know, there's love around you, there's abundance, there's good feelings, and or at least the very strong potential for that is around you. And what I heard was self-created. I just heard clairaudiently. So there are some Taurians, it's something that you're actually creating yourself, and you're making your life better through the choices that you're making that are positive in your life. So that's really nice. Wow, love those cards so much. All right, so let's look at the next. I'm up to September. Hang on. January, February, March. October, November, December. Okay, sorry, I lost track there. The last 3 months of the year, of course. Okay, so let's see. Oh, this one's dropping itself out, so I have to get that. The last few months of 2017 for Taurus. Where am I pulled in this deck? Oh, I don't know why I turned that around. Okay, oh, interesting. Well, again, we have this mention of the past here. That's very funny how this keeps coming up. Well, so what we have is the Six of Cups with the Seven of Swords. So the Six of Cups is about reconnecting with an aspect of your past. So someone from your past. And it does look like someone here is coming back from the past this year, definitely, and they may even be around you again in December for some reason, or they may make contact with you. You know, that could be as simple as, you know, a Facebook message, a text message, but somebody from your past is thinking of you, wanting to make contact with you. And the Seven of Swords is a bit of a little bit of a funny card, you know, because it shows that this person could be, you know, involved in another relationship is what I feel, because they're kind of sneaking around a little bit, just very slightly, that energy is there. or they are not sort of really making their full intentions known to you. They're kind of, you know, if you are single and somebody comes back from your past, they could be skirting around the edges, not being upfront about how they feel. And this sort of came up earlier with your own feelings and also potentially the other person's feelings, which was the Four of Coins, which was earlier in this card, which is about not sharing emotions and not opening up properly. This one, to me, has a similar kind of thing going on with it, especially in connection with the Six of Cups. So there is a sense of idealistic times having been had in the past here, and someone wanting to reconnect with you on this. So it looks like this year, Taurus, someone from your past is definitely thinking about you, and that could come up. Now, I'm just going to see if there's any other messages in this for other Taurians, if, you know, aside from that message. Okay, interesting. I'm getting, you know, about tapping into an energy that's very idealistic for your life and wanting to recapture some innocence of your childhood as well. So this could be a message for other Taurians. And maybe like wanting to do something that you feel that other people may judge you for, there may be nothing wrong with it. It may be, you know, if your family is judgmental or critical and you just feel you want to do something that recaptures a sense of your innocence or your youth by doing something that you personally love. And it's about not being worried about what other people think, and maybe not even telling them, you know, with this card here, maybe not telling them that you're going to go do something that makes you feel fulfilled. Maybe just keep it to yourself and enjoy the fact that you're doing that for yourself and you don't need their approval. That type of energy could be another message for other Taurians out there for the rest of the year. So that was your reading, Taurus. Enjoy 2017. It looks like you got some great cards in there, so some great things to come. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can follow the links below to my online store. Have a great year. Bye.